Hello, my name is Dr. Andrew Pueschel, and today I want to share some information about how to manage change. Before we begin, I'd like to share 2 quotes on change by Maya Angelou. We delight in the beauty of the butterfly, but rarely admit the changes it has gone through to achieve that beauty. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. I love these 2 quotes, and they couldn't better set up our session for today. I love these 2 quotes because it sets up not only our expectations for change, but also gives us freedom to change ourselves in the process. In our session today, we will be focusing on both how change can happen and how we can help support change from an organizational and personal level. When we think about organizational, process, or even personal changes, we should first reflect on how our lives are currently changing around us, all of the time. Examples of change can be found by answering the following. How are our families growing and changing? How has COVID impacted the way in which we engage with each other? And how has technology developed our efficiency and effectiveness within the workplace? There is no secret that societal impact, innovation, and our humanistic needs are leading the change. But in order to maximize our success and provide continued opportunity and support to those in need, we need to view change as a positive necessity that is shaped by our lived experiences, providing us with the opportunities to move the needle on issues that matter. Before we start to talk about change itself, we have to remember the following. No matter the amount of change that we go through, who we are within our organization will not change. Our passion and commitment to follow our values, mission, and achieve our goals will only be strengthened by this process. And remember that mindset matters. We have the choice to embrace change or provide a barrier to it. That brings me to the concept of change itself. In order to maximize the effectiveness of the change we want to embrace, we need to be clear on how we want the change to take place. Transparency in change helps us communicate with others and allows for future replication when needed. The good thing is that we do not need to take on the added stress of coming up with a change model to work with. Kurt Lewin, a physicist as well as social scientist, during the 1940s, developed an organizational change model in which he applies the analogy of changing the shape of a block of ice to explain organizational change. This 3-change process includes the terms unfreeze, change, and refreeze. Lewin's model is what we'll be discussing today. The first step in managing change is to unfreeze what is currently happening. In order to unfreeze, or let go, of what we have always done, we must come together to support the needs for change and let go of our personal attachments to previous events, policies, duties, and/or traditions. We must be willing to receive and open to accepting feedback, knowing that any and all paths forwards are for the good of the organization and the community in which we serve. Once we can let go of where we have been, we can start to think of what is presently available to us in regards to resources and opportunities to maximize future impact. The next step in managing change is to change what we can in order to focus on future goals. This is an exciting time in the process, as we have opportunities to get excited about shifting in new directions. Through transparent and open discussions, we should be communicating with each other about the change and why it is necessary. We should then be using this time to gather new perspectives and input from our team members. By listening to each other about barriers to possible success, as well as dreaming beyond our past milestones, we can use this time to brainstorm new tactics, technologies, policies, and experiences, even engaging with new partners who share our vision to expand our impact. Ultimately, when we collectively reimagine the change, we actively align our duties and activities to support the change itself, along with the mission and value of our organization. Therefore, we are able to remove the personal attachments we're going to let go during the unfreeze and provide opportunities for the entire team to be involved in the creation of the change itself. We also want to make sure that we're establishing check-in points or milestones so that we can review our process looking forward. Once we all agree, or mostly agree within reason, to what and how change occurs, the final step in managing change is to refreeze. For a set period of time, what has been changed so we can put things back to reach our goals. During this time, we want to make sure that our roles and duties are aligned with the new policies, activities, and procedures we've created. By keeping new tactics, technologies, policies, and experiences as the new now, we can collectively move forward to reach our shared goals. Usually, organizations will use a 1 calendar year as a traditional length of time to gauge whether changes have been successful or not. During this year, it is imperative that the milestones also established during the change process are documented so that we can create opportunities to celebrate new success and to identify areas of future improvement. Now, although the change itself can be complicated, leading change is something that we should not be afraid of. Because we're already passionate about our goals and the positive impact that we can create through our organization, leading change is something in which we can be a growth experience for all members of organization. We want to first acknowledge that change is messy and hard, that it is filled with personal attachments to past shared experiences. Everyone involved with the change process should be open and dedicated to increasing their empathy towards each other. We also must realize that pushback is normal. During the entire process, we have listened to each other, respected our thoughts, and shown that all voices are being heard, even those that are squeaky wheels, because they might have information that is valuable. Sometimes, in order to be an effective leader, we have to take a step back and follow others to gain insights on past experiences. It is important to note that the unfreeze, change, and refreeze model can be done at any time within the overall change process. Most importantly, whether we are leading or following, it is critical to realize that we are all part of one team. We all know that change is a lot of work for everyone. And once we can confirm that we are all in this together, we also understand that our goals are the same, and now more than ever, we have to align ourselves to maximize opportunities for success. Before we close, let's revisit those things that do not change, even while change is happening to or in our organization, our processes, and our procedures. No matter the amount of change that we go through, who we are within the organization will not change. Our passion and commitment to follow our mission and achieve our goals will only be strengthened by the process. Remember that mindset matters. We have the choice to embrace change or provide a barrier to it. We are at our most successful when we are all on the same page when it comes to change. We all have a part to play in the future of our organization. When we unfreeze, change, and refreeze, we're systematically increasing our ability to serve our community. Leading change comes natural when it comes from the heart. And in the end, change is manageable and can be enjoyable for everyone.